Hi and welcome to MTG Managed Grid. Yes, I've just went to Journey into Nyx pre-release and gotten myself my Raid Path Forged in War. And yes, I've went 2:1 at my pre-release, and these are the two booster packs as price. So I'll be opening them up in a minute, and let's just see what we have in the pre-release box. I'll just be going through briefly, and yep. So first up you have this Forged in War intro card, if I'm not wrong, so explaining what are the benefits of the Raid decks in conjunction with the other colors. So you have your Boros, your Izzet, your Rakdos, and your your Gru. Yep, so that's your intro card for your Raid Path, and you have your Forge a God Slayer quest card or hero card mini game, if I'm not wrong. I didn't really sort of pay attention to this, so we just played the game as per normal and didn't really focus on this. But what actually you should be doing is you should choose one of the components: Elemental Stone, Aether, Mist, or Nyx Shard when you play your sealed rounds, and if you win you get to choose one of them and paste it here, and according to the color combination you can add the ability to your hero card. And unfortunately I've taken most of the cards out from my pre-release box, so whatever that's left is just those cards that did not make the mark to my sealed deck. But let's just take a look at some interesting stuff that I found, which is these two cards. So if you chose the Raid Path, the what's it called again? Forged in War, you receive this hero card which is called Axe of the Warmonger, where you get to use this during your games day or launch day phase to defeat a God challenge deck to help you out in defeating Xenagos. So yes, what this does is Crypt Creature gets +2/+1 and has haste, and if you do this in conjunction with your quest card, Forge a God Slayer, you can add an additional ability, one of these, onto your hero card here. So pretty interesting. I did not do that myself. Yep, so I just sort of focus on the game there. And there's another very interesting tip card that Wizards came up with, which has the Conspiracy advertisement on it. So pretty nice. Pick, plot, and play Magic the Gathering Conspiracy, and it's blanked out a lot of words on it. A new spin on drafting exciting new abilities like something something and something up, new ways to defeat your enemies, uncover hidden agendas, and for the first time ever, something something. So let's see who can decipher these again. And so yeah, pretty interesting tip card from Wizard. And yes, on to the prize pack. I know everyone just want to see this, so I'll open it up and see what we have. So pretty interesting pre-release event today. We've got someone winning the lucky draw and earning himself a Bremas. We have someone opening a Theros, Aphrios, however you want to call it. God of Passage. We have someone, I have my friend opening himself a Hydra Brood Master. So pretty eventful afternoon for me. And so first up, let's take a look at my first pack. And I'll just be going through the whole pack since all these are quite new to me. So we have our Humbler of Models, 5/5 creature for 6 with Constellation. When it enters or another enchantment enters battlefield under your control, creatures you control gains trample until end of turn. We have our Font of Return. It's an enchantment for 2, and you can pay 3 and 1 black, sacrifice Font of Return, return up to 3 target creature cards from your graveyard to your hand. We have our Aerial Formation, our instant for 1 blue, Strive. It costs 2 and 1 blue mortal cards for each target beyond first. Any number of target creatures each get +1/+1 and gain flying until end of turn. We have our Magma Spray. Yep, I like this card a lot. It's going to replace my Shock once M14 rotates out. So it deals 2 damage to target creature. If that creature would die this turn, exile it instead. We have our Eagle of the Watch, our 2/1 Flying Vigilance Bird for only 3 mana. So sort of our small Serial Angel. We have our Warwing Siren, our 1/3 flying creature for 3 with Heroic. Whenever you cast a spell that targets it, puts a +1/+1 counter on it. And we have our Ravenous Leucrocota, 2/4 creature for 4 with Vigilance and pays 6 and 1 green for Monstrosity 3. We have our Flame Speaker's Wheel, enchantment aura for just 1 red. Enchanted creature you control, enchanted creature gets +1/+1, and whenever enchanted creature deals combat damage to a player, you may sacrifice this, and if you do, destroy target artifact. And we have our Aspect of Gorgon, our enchantment aura for 3, enchanted creature gets +1/+3 and has Death Touch. We have our Oppressive Rays, our 1 white mana enchantment, basically pacifism. Enchanted creature can't attack or block unless control pays 3 activated abilities, cost 3 more to activate. This is a very irritating spell. I've faced this deck myself, and I lost my only game to the deck that played this card and a lot of controlling stuff and shit like that. Yep, so pretty irritating, extremely valuable or value efficient spell. It's just 1 white mana. So yeah, there we go. It's so and what this does is actually very awesome, because it doesn't need to destroy your creature, it doesn't need to exile your creature. It just basically make your bombs unable to attack unless you pay 3. So yep, irritating. And first up, our uncommon, we have our Nasayan Game Warden for 5 creature for 5. When it enters the battlefield, look at the top X card of your library, where X is the number of forests you control. You may review a creature card from among them, put it into your hand, and put the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. And next we have our Forgeborn Aureate, 4/2 creature for 4 with Constellation. Whenever this or another enchantment enters the battlefield under your control, it deals 1 damage to target creature or player. And we have our Kiora's favorite animal, Riptide Chimera, our 3/4 flying creature for 3. At the beginning of your upkeep, return an enchantment you control to its owner's hand. And last one, we have our Dictate of Karamatra, our enchantment for 5 with Flash. Whenever a player taps a land for mana, that player adds 1 mana to his or her mana pool of any type that land produce. And yep, we have our gold token, which is not from Journey into Nyx. That sucks, man. Yep. But yeah. Sorry, but I'm a token collector, so any token is nice for me. And on to my next pack for Journey into Nyx. And let's see what we have. Hopefully something nice. A Mythic will be good. I've not yet opened a Mythic. Oh yes, and someone opened a Godsend in the Silk event today, but it was not being used. So yeah, pretty interesting. So on to our next pack, let's go through every single card again. We have our Nyx Infusion. Enchant creature gets +2/+2 unless as long as it's an enchantment, otherwise you get -2/-2. Pretty flexible removal or bump card. We have our Harvest Guard Alseid, our 2/3 creature for 3 with Constellation. Whenever this or another enchantment enters the battlefield under your control, prevent all damage that would be dealt to target creature this turn. And next up we have our Return Reveler, our 1/3 creature for 2. When this dies, each player puts the top 3 cards of his or her library into his or her graveyard. And we have our Kruphix Insight, our 3 mana sorcery. Review the top 6 cards of your library. Put up to 3 enchantment cards from among them into your hand, and the rest of the reviewed cards into your graveyard. I think this card is super awesome for Dredge deck. Sort of better commune with the gods in my opinion. And yeah, there you go. And next up we have Ajani's Presence with Strife. It costs 2 and 1 white model cards for each target beyond the first. Any number of target creatures each gets +1/+1 and gains indestructible. This is an awesome card. This will definitely see in standard play. So yep, keep your eyes on that card. And next up we have our Sigil Starfish, our Patrick Scryfish. 0/3 for 2 and you can tap to scry 1. Yep, that's it. And next we have our Desecration Plague, our sorcery spell for 4 mana, destroy target enchantment or land. And next we have our Starfall, instant speed spell for 5. It deals 3 damage to target creature. If that creature is an enchantment, it deals 3 to that creature's controller as well. Next we have our Cast into Darkness, our enchantment aura for 2. Enchanted creature gets -2/-0 and can block. So again, this is sort of like a black pacifism, so pretty interesting. And next we have our Supply Line Cranes, our 2/4 flying bird for 5 mana. When it enters battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. This is a really interesting card. It's actually a very good card in a limited format as well. If you play this just by itself, you can actually put a +1/+1 counter on this card himself. So basically it's a 3/5 creature for 5 mana with flying. So pretty good. And next we have our Colossal Heroics, our instant speed for 3 with Strife. It costs 1 generic and 1 green model cast for each target beyond the first. Any number of target creature gets +2/+2 on the other turn and untap those creatures. And we have our Ngart Scarhide, our 2/1 for 1 black mana Minotaur creature with Bestow 4. Ngart Scarhide can't block, and enchanted creature gets +2/+1 and can block. I'm looking for this card, and yep, I will be building a Minotaur deck. It won't be competitive at standard level, but it is... come on man, it's a Minotaur deck. Yep, so next up we have our Pull from the Deep, our sorcery speed spell for 4 mana. Return up to 1 instant card and up to 1 target sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand. Exile Pull from the Deep. So basically it is sort of a card draw mechanics, but instead of drawing from a library, you draw from your graveyard. So pretty nice, but it's sort of a 4 mana for 2 cards. And our rare is our Pharaoh's Band Warchief. So it looks like the Minotaur and the Centaur is fighting for its spot in this booster pack. And what this does is a 3/3 creature for 4 mana with Vigilance and Trample. Other Centaur creatures you control gets +1/+1 and have Vigilance and Trample. So basically your Centaur Lord, Pharaoh's Band Warchief, our rare card. And we have our Mountain and a tip card. So there you go. This is my prize packs from my first pre-release, and these are the cards that we have. Our Pharaoh's Band Warchief, Centaur Tribal. We have our Pull from the Deep, Ngart Scarhide, one of my favorite cards in this set. We have our Colossal Heroics, Dictate of Calamatra, Riptide Chimera, Forgeborn Aureates, and the Saiyan Game Warden. And yep, so let us know in comments below what you think of the pre-release. Let us know if you've been to one and your feelings and your experience with that. And that's it for this episode. As always, if you like to support the channel, please do hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.